How on earth does Osmotic Flow work, and is it? The biggest misconceptions about it arise because of lack of knowledge, which now will be fixed. Let's start from why it wasn't researched that much. In my opinion, it's mainly because it's not suitable for competitions. The thing is, you need to serve all the 3 cups to judges simultaneously, so that they will have the same temperature and the judges will perceive the same flavor. That's why all the recipes are shaped to be brewed simultaneously. And that's the only thing which the coffee community seems to be interested in. I'm personally not a fan of the championships and just needed a method which will allow me to brew coffee which is pleasant to drink and be able to change the doses easily, to brew for a company if needed. And that's actually what moved me towards this method. I was able to easily make great coffee in a drip coffee maker using 72 grams of coffee, while it was impossible in a pour-over. But a drip coffee maker pours the water in one spot. That's the hint that kept me going in this direction. Finally, how it actually works. What we usually see is a coffee which is not covered with water, and we immediately think that it's not involved in the brewing. But water works the other way. Coffee itself actually floats on the water, so all the coffee is in contact with water. And the water likes to make concentration of liquid even. Think of this like a drop of ink in water. It will paint all of the liquid. The same happens when we add fresh water in our coffee. Imagine it like this. When we added the water in a bloom phase, we achieved a liquid with a high concentration, like espresso, in a brewer. But we can't squeeze out this liquid from the coffee, because of the surface tension, etc. And what we do? We dilute it. So it actually started to drain. It's basically like pouring the water in your espresso. You will dilute the concentration. So let's imagine the pulses phase. We add a small portion of water. Towards the end, before draining, it balances the concentration. So it's not just water anymore, it's a concentrated coffee. And it drains. And then we add another portion of water. And the concentration became lower and lower with every pulse. And the whole liquid in the brewer decreases the concentration. So the water don't even need to move that much, because it works like a one unit, like coffee in a cup. We just have a balanced extraction. But you're probably asking, what about this coffee at the top and near the filter? There is no flow of water. Yes, it's not needed, because the concentration is balancing itself within the whole brewer, because it stays in contact. That's what's really important. And that is why we don't compress the coffee, so that it can share the soluble materials and balance out the concentration. Another example is the salt. When we add a sprinkle of salt on a potato, potato will release water, because water loves to balance the concentration. And it goes through the potato, which is pretty dense, so you probably get the idea. Water loves to eat soluble material, and it loves to share it as well, so everyone have the soluble material. And of course, the same principle works with the regular pour recipes. But here is the difference. Usually we have 3 or 4 pours in our regular recipes, and we have almost all of the liquid out from the brewer before we make another pour, usually. But when we do more pours, even though the extraction is more efficient, the coffee is starting to compress, and the water finds the way to exit the brewer unevenly, and it's not anymore the whole unit. The concentration in different parts of the brewer will be different, because it can't share the soluble material. Because somewhere coffee is so compressed, the water just don't want to go through there. While in Osmotic Flow, we try to keep the whole slurry pretty porous, so that the water have a relatively even contact. And because in the regular recipes we mix the coffee, it adds unnecessary extraction, and it became unbalanced. I mean, it's prone to more unbalanced cup, usually. That's why people started to create unnecessary accessories to make your coffee more balanced. But you can skip them, because we have Osmotic Flow. Hopefully there was enough of information in order to understand how it works. Water balances itself, and that's the main reason why Osmotic Flow works. And this principle is similar for all the brewing methods. And if you want to master this method, you can watch my tutorial. It's very flexible and easy to make. That's it for today. See ya!